Hi and welcome to Style Off at Christmas. On today's show, we're going to be taking a look at Christmas entertaining.
So we're talking about how you're dressing your table, from centerpieces through to tableware and everything else in between. So Nat, you doing much entertaining this Christmas?
Well, I shall probably be having my annual mince pie and cocktail soiree.
Oh, where's my invite? I don't remember last year.
You know what, it was a really intimate affair and I'm just working on the details for this year, so...
Well, have you thought about your decorations? How about something like this?
Oh my goodness, this is so boring.com. And check out that little decoration on the back of the chair, it's just so sad, isn't it?
Yeah, I hardly think that pathetic excuse for a wreath constitutes proper Christmas decorations. And I see they haven't even bothered to dress the table either.
Exactly, but take a look at this. Now, this is how to do entertaining, but what I really like about it is the attention to detail.
Oh yeah, this silver and grey colour scheme works really well. And the pretty table setting, complete with handmade fern decoration and gold key, just looks so lovely and inviting. Okay Nat, you're up first this week with your product picks. What have you got for me?
Well, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I've got a real treat for you this week. Check out this Argentinian sweet jar. It's £398 from Anthropology, so it's not cheap, but this is definitely how to do a Christmas centerpiece. But I can tell you're not impressed.
Now, I'm almost speechless. Okay, this is not what I would class as the centerpiece. It's basically a couple of glass jars on a metal frame. I mean, how is it even Christmassy? And £398? Are you having a laugh?
You need to think outside of the box. I mean, you could fill this with mince pies, chocolates, or even baubles, and it's built to last. It will be passed down the generations as well.
Yeah, I'd maybe give it one generation before it ends up at a car boot sale.
Charming. I mean, seriously, can you really do any better?
Well, I can actually, because my first pick this week is also my favourite. Take a look at these. These are partridge and pear crackers. Now, these are from Thornback Appeal and not on the high street, and each one of these is handmade and tied with some pretty orange ribbon. What do you think?
You know what, these are really pretty. You do like your handmade stuff, don't you? So, come on, how much are they then?
Okay, well, brace yourself now, because each one of these is £10.75.
Whoa.
Yeah, but each one of these also contains a pretty printed partridge napkin. And I tell you what, 6 of these is still a hell of a lot better than that overpriced candy jar of yours.
The thing is, these are way more glamorous than I'm used to seeing from you, which is probably why I like them. But anyway, I've got something quite special for you next.
Oh no, I've got a feeling it's going to be OTT.
Just a little bit. Check out these ink block china side plates from Rocket St George. They're £20 each and they're inspired by the famous Rorschach test, and I think they'd be perfect for adding a sense of drama to a Christmas table.
I don't know, they look a bit sombre to me. They're not really in the spirit of Christmas.
Okay, so what have you got next?
Okay, so up next from me, I've got this really pretty crochet tablecloth. Now this is $49.99 from Zara Home, and I think this would look great as part of a Scandi-inspired scheme.
Well, you know what, it's really pretty, if a little bit old-fashioned, but it's hard to go wrong with a Nordic look at Christmas.
Speaking of which, fancy recreating the Scandi look in your own home? We're heading over to resident stylist Vicky now, who's going to show us how to lay the perfect Christmas table.
Thanks Steph, some great decorating ideas there. Now I'm going to show you how to style a Nordic-inspired Christmas table. The dining table for me is at the heart of Christmas, and it's the one time of year that you can go all out with your decorations. So I'm going to show you how to create the perfect festive table for you and your family. First of all is your centerpiece. Now you can be as creative as you like with this. I've used a metallic tray, added a candlestick and some decorations in icy winter white. To add a sense of occasion to the place settings, I've started with a placemat, added a dinner plate on top, starter plate on top of that, and I've added the napkin with a name tag to make each guest feel special. And don't forget the glassware. So once you've got the basics in place, you can decorate the rest of your table. I've added some metallic decorations and some snowflakes to add some extra sparkle. Now if, like most people, you find you always run out of time on Christmas Day, the super organised amongst you could always dress the table the night before. That way you've got more time on the day to check on the turkey and unwrap your presents.
Thanks Vicky, that's great. Right, back to our products now. Now, what have you got up next?
Well, my next product is the epitome of opulence and luxury, which would be right at home on any Christmas table. Yup, It's gold cutlery, Steph. Now, this range from Zara starts from $3.99.
Gold cutlery. Are you kidding? That feels really footballers' wives to me.
I might have known you wouldn't have liked this, but actually, if you take a closer look, they're not as gaudy as you might think. They're actually rather elegant, and they'd definitely be something to talk about around the Christmas table.
Okay, well up next from me is this heritage-inspired Burley Calico teapot. Now, this is £46.50 from John Lewis, and I think it's beautiful, don't you think?
Wow, well, this is very red and very floral. So, yeah, it's really pretty, but apart from the colour, I just don't think it's very Christmassy.
What do you mean?
Well, I like to give my guests something to talk about. But speaking of centerpieces, we're going to head right back over to Vicky, who's going to show us how to make a personalised Christmas place setting.
Thanks Nat for those fantastic table decorations. Now I'm going to show you how to make a festive place setting to impress your guests this Christmas. So I'm going to show you how to make a pretty name tag for each of your guests. This is a really simple make and can be reused all year round. The materials you'll need for this are modelling clay, or you can always make your own salt dough, a cookie cutter, any shape works but hearts or stars are particularly good, some letter stamps and bells to decorate. So the first step is to roll out your modelling clay to about ½ centimetre thick. Then take your cookie cutter and cut out a heart shape for each of your guests. Next, take your letter stamps. I tend to work out how many I'm going to need before I start and line them up before I stamp so that I don't fall off the edge. Finally, take a straw and make a hole in the top for the ribbon to go through. And then they're ready to cook. So just pop them in the oven and leave them to cool. Once they've cooled, they're then ready to thread onto a piece of ribbon. And then they're ready to decorate your place setting. And I've added a tiny golden bell to mine so that it sounds as festive as it looks. The beauty of this make is that once Christmas is over, you can simply change the ribbon and it's ready for a spring or summer party.
Thanks Vicky, that's great. Well, you know what time it is now. Have you got your bargain ready?
Have I got a cracker for you today, Steph? Actually, I really have got a cracker for you. So check out these red snowflake crackers from Tesco. They're £7 for 6. Now don't tell me that's not impressive.
Wow, you go from one extreme to the other. They're definitely better value than that Argentinian sweet jar. Well, for my bargain of the week, I've got this stylish two-tone jug from Marks & Spencer's. And at £15, I think you'll agree it's a bargain.
Well, it's a bargain all right, but it's pretty safe, isn't it?
I think you mean classic. But I tell you what, there is one thing that I'm looking forward to, and that's that cocktail soiree of yours.
Yeah, about that. I'm just not sure it's going to be your style, actually, to be honest. But you know what? Your luxury crackers really did impress me this week, so...
Okay, well, anyway, I think that's about all we've got time for. But we'll be back soon with more great Christmas buys.